A lot of people wanted to hear Mercedes explain what happened in 2023, why didn't she inform the community, as well as what she's doing now to help the community. In this broadcast, she's explaining just that.
The decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things are. The tall tales will take you very far. Don't stop.
Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service to Retirees. Today is May 7th and we have a special guest with us. So today, without further ado, I do want to introduce to you, many of you know her, a city councilwoman from Brooklyn. She's a supporter of the retirees. Yes, she signed a letter of support committing to helping us solve those three issues as retirees. And she's running for re-election in her district. So everyone, welcome Mercedes Narcisse. Hey, Councilwoman, how are you?
I am blessed and alive. I'm happy to be here with you, Marianne. I learned so much from you, being consistent, persistent.
Well, you know, I kept telling the council members, just sign on to this bill that protects us and you'll only hear from me at Christmas and Hanukkah. It'll make it simple, but at least now we know each other. I mean, you guys could probably talk mostly about our bill, and even our healthcare issues. We're not in unions. They were trying to rob us blind. They were really put over a barrel. However, they did something wrong, and we're trying to correct that. And your body, the body of the city council, is the only body that can actually protect us. And Janice says, residents won in court today to not use Ford Street to build the homeless shelter. What are you doing to stop that bait and switch that you knew about in 23? What is that about?
I love that. Thank you, Janice, to ask that question. It's just like that's politics again. There was a thread that started after we approved the YOLA process in 2022. Right by 2023, less than 6 months or 7 months later, there was an email. There's no letter sent to me. I never received it directly, but there was the same format in the email. That was not a kind of general email, but I answer it anyway because I never knew that you can vote it for something and it can be switched. Keep in mind, on 2023, I received an email saying there's going to be a shelter. Immediately, right away, I asked, what are you talking about? Because I received that email and saying that it would be a shelter, but we just approve it for housing. We spend this amount of time and nobody knows. It was a lot of confusion. And I can understand the confusion because the letter was kind of a baiting things process too. Because by the time we asking the question, no one can answer. And 6 months passed, I did not hear anything. I sent another email to ask. Nobody knows what's going on. And in the meanwhile, remember the property was not sold to become that shelter until December 2024. Do you understand that? They send you something while we're not checking the Department of Building. There was nothing on the website but the plan for the housing. All along 2022, it was Department of Building. It was still for affordable housing until December 2024. It became a change, and immediately I did not look at it for December because I keep on following it, never seen anything. I say probably there's a mistake there. So then somebody else sending the email, nobody can give me a solid answer why I receive an email saying that's going to be a shelter while we have approval for YOLA process for affordable housing. No one between DHS and DSS, no one knows. No one knew anything. So December 2024, that's when the property was sold to become that shelter. And then in January of 2025, they sent me, all along they did not know, 2025, they sent me a letter telling me, oh, it's the definite shelter. When I check on the building department, I realized this. I said, all along, nobody knew. So I'm very upset and frustrated, but except that there's a lot of politics playing in between. People think that because the developer apparently sent the email because he's upset, he asked me for a meeting. I say absolutely no meeting because we voted for affordable housing. And the fact that he took that email, knowing it's a government email, I have to be a responsible government level because that's what we agree on. I cannot take the email from the government side to send to the street because the developer trying to play a game with me. So if you didn't know that, Janice, let me tell you something. The same people that running for office that playing that game with the developer, you have to know this is the honest truth. And I don't know how many ways I can explain to you. I'm a person that not coming and tell people stories, and that's the truth right now. So I'm fighting because it's a bait and switch. I had 28 of my council member sign on the letter to tell them there is no bait and switch in New York City. The developer still managed to call the council, say he's gonna sue everyone that part of it. So it was a lot of mess that he created. But unfortunately, those that playing politics don't want to stay on the same page with me. So the administration still talking to me because I'm proving there's a bait and switch and it should not happen that way. And so far, they're having conversation with me. I'm very hopeful that we can change it to what it's supposed to be because people should not be doing that. So that's
Is
the
this
truth.
like a zoning thing? Like, was it the zoning was the same? They just changed the use?
We did the ULIP process. We approved for affordable housing. Now they sold it. They say the developer did not have enough money to build the affordable housing that we approved for. So now they sold the property over twice, and then they got the contract right now for the shelter, which I totally feel like it should not be shelter. It should be affordable housing and give people a chance to have their own little apartment than the housing.
So just a question, because I deal in with the same thing where I live, is that they'll change zoning on us, like the commissioners will change zoning on the land, and then put whatever they want on it. Is the zoning for shelter the same zoning as affordable housing?
Yes, you can. That's why they don't have to come to us again. And by the time they were playing the game by telling me that, like, give you the warning, hide it kind of like on the side. And when you ask question, nobody knows. And Department of Building did not have it changed. It's remain affordable housing. Janice, I want you to go Department of Building to see when it's changed because I don't want to give you information and somebody else gonna give you something else. Go on the line, you will see when it's changed. You will see how what I'm telling you is the truth.
They do this with us too. I know what you're saying. They did this with us as well. When they approved a developer, they've got 12 months to start the development, and then there's delay. They're not developing it. Then just before they're supposed to start, they revise the building plan, and they've already approved. The body proved it, and then now. But you know what we're doing? We're changing the laws of our county that they can't do that. If they're going to make a material change, you have to. That's another law, Mercedes.
That's another war I'm bringing. I know. Okay, that war going to be bigger than even retiring. Because
that's not just here in New York City. That's not just. I'm telling you, they do that everywhere. They're dirty developers.
And the dirty politics. The thing about that I'm dealing with, Janice, I hope you get it straight now. But you have a lot of folks that doing it and say, and I see some folks that in here should be answering the question because I see David Schwartz is online. And David Schwartz, why don't you answer some of the questions they have?
Yeah. I don't know what this means. Bert says, regarding the audit you and other representatives requested of DOB, when can we expect an update? Is that for you or for me?
Well, I think for probably the same Coyle Street, I think they went over and I don't know, whatever the situation is, they're working on to see, how the best way they can find out what's going on because there are a lot of complaints coming in for the Coyle Street. So I'm not so sure of the full report yet, but when we do, we're gonna try to share it because whatever I get that I can share, definitely I share with
this is a hot issue in your district. So
it is hard because you have a lot of mixers in there throwing their own thing. Like I said, they even said that I work with the developer and all that. I'm against it. I'm saying publicly, I'm trying to look for legislation. And yet I'm like, yeah, that's the truth. So that letter you see, that was an initial email that I went against right away. And Department of Building, like you said, you had that experience. So you can say it again. Right. Maybe it's not really Mercedes saying how this process works.
So what's next? This guy's is asking, what's the next step then? What what is the next step for this? What happens?
And it's not going to be a meth clinic. I'm reading that right now. It's not going to be that. As far as I'm concerned, right now, I'm continue fighting it to make sure they return back to what we, the community engagement, which is the community board 15 voted on, we, the council members voted on. So I want to see the affordable housing for the people. And like I said, if you ask any single woman right now with children, if they want to be in a shelter or a little 4x4 or studio, they would pick up the studio over. They would pick studio over shelter.
Gotcha. Here's another question regarding Coyle Street. The current negotiating you have is with the mayor or with the developers?
I don't talk to the developer at all. Because that's the reason he was upset and sent that email publicly saying that it was like aware and trying to create confusion. But for me, it's the mayor's office I'm putting pressure on, because I feel like they should have been protected. They should talk to their agencies, whoever, DHS and DSS, to see what happened and bring it back to what it's supposed to be, which is affordable housing.
Do you get the mayor to listen to you these days? Because he doesn't listen to me. Don't answer that.
I'm a person, I try to negotiate with folks and respect their space and tell you because what happened with Coyle Street, the people was right. Because we voted, we got engaged, we knew something was coming, and then they changed it totally. Developers, whoever, whatever the transaction that took place should not happen over our head, because we were engaged for one process, affordable housing.
Gotcha. And then no alligators in Canarsie waters.
I don't know what that means. So
I don't know either.
Alligators.
David Schatz says he's watching you.
Very good. You're going to do the right thing.
So because of that unapproved homeless shelter, now you understand how betrayed the retirees feel. I think she gets that.
So I hope is because we're dealing with the David Trust. Tell me, it's a good David Trust that I'm talking to.
I don't know who that is. David Schatz. David is watching you. David Schatz.
Is that my district leader? My former district leader?
I have no idea.
Okay.
David Schatz, if you are the district leader, just type back below. I'll get to that question real quick, because I know she's got to go and so do I.
I'm gonna go soon. But David, thank you for watching. And I thought you were the other David, but it's so many David. So thank you for supporting and watching us and being with us. I appreciate you.
Jana's question, thank you for explaining it, but how do you want to fight it? Is there a quick answer to that? Like how, you probably need to do a town hall and tell them what they could do to help you with the mayor. Because I think that's like our retirees are basically bird dogging the mayor at this point. Anywhere he's going, they're going. And they're saying to him, you're not telling us the truth. It's not up to the law department. It's up to you, which he was lying again when he was at North Shore Towers the other day. So if there's some bad actors here and you need some back, then we need to help you organize your constituents to get them to fight the mayor and tell him that he's got to stop this, or maybe go do a protest in front of the Department of Buildings or something. We could probably help you connect with some of that if there's something in your district you'd want to do. Just promise me you won't bite anybody.
I'm going to block my face. Don't get me in trouble here, Marian. No, I don't like to bite human because I'm a nurse. So I'm going to
no police officers either.
I'm not going to do none of that. But it can be frustrating. I can understand that the frustration from many sides, but I really, really want everyone involved, the developer, to come to an understanding, knowing that let's say for argument's sake, you bought the land, right? You knew that it was just approved for affordable housing. When you took that, you should know that the people were engaged. The people want the process to work for everyone. You could not come and plant things the way you want because you will not like it in your backyard like this. People are engaged. And that's one of the things that we have in government that we're always saying people not engaged. Now you have a group of folks engaged for a process. Right. You cannot do that. So those are the things. As far as the mayor, so far I can tell you that he listened, and I'm a person, I'm very persistent and consistent. So I'm trying to do my very best to make sure he get the message. So far, so good. We've been back and forth and trying to see where things could reverse back. So the subsidy, whatever that involve, hopefully that we can get through this. It's a hard time for the Shipshead Bay area for that Coyle Street because they're very disappointed, and I'm disappointed as well because we voted on something that should not be happening that way. I see David just come again. Hi, you're not gonna help me? We're gonna fight together because
he's not your district leader. That's what you were asking. So it's a different David.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's not. Oh, devoted member. Oh, he's a devoted member of. Okay. Thank you, David. Thank you so much.
Yes, we want a town hall. So your constituents want a town hall with you. So I think that would be a great idea if you're open to that. At least that way that would be a way of solidifying your base of your people that are wanting to fight this with you. Because if you're just fighting the mayor, you're not going to be able to fight that on your own. But if you get them to be angry, that gives you some cover.
I would, but there is so many forces that a town hall right now is not going to be productive because everybody trying to drive because of the election time. They want to run for office. They're creating a lot of confusion. And then most of the folks that over there happen to be speaking Cantonese and Mandarin. And we have some folks involved that are really saying all the things that is not true. They try to put their own story and it's not helping the people because if we stay on one page, at least we could have pushed this agenda forward a little faster because I'm a great driver, but I can have everybody driving different direction. Then it creates a lot of confusion for the people. And I feel so bad. That's why I try to keep up with our newsletters, with our Facebook, with our Instagram to give people information. Yet yesterday, as a matter of fact, I had a great meeting with a few members of the same area that come out, and I give them the understanding, and I put it out everything that I have, and they said they're gonna work with it. But there's so many things going on. It's not productive right now to be yelling and screaming. And then when you say no shelter, you don't care about anybody. Like right now, you have somebody that wrote is gonna be a med clinics and stuff like that. And if it's not true, then it seems like we don't care about others, and we do care about others. We just want to know that it's a bait and switch. We fought for affordable housing, not shelter.
Understood. So we're at 7:06 and I do have to go because I have another meeting and I know you're 6 minutes over. So I do want to thank you for spending this time with us. We are here. We told you that before. We do support you. You are on our Retired Labor Strong .nyc page, which is our website. Mercedes' website is down below, mercedesnarcisse.com for everyone. She is running for re-election. Early voting starts June 14th to the 22nd, and then the Democratic primary is on June 24th. And yes, it is this year. So Councilwoman Mercedes Narcisse, I do want to thank you for your support, for your commitment to protecting retirees. And anytime you're welcome to come back and talk to us and speak to your constituents who obviously tonight had a myriad of issues other than our just one, our healthcare. But we do appreciate you taking this time, and my regards to your staff. I absolutely love your crew. So thank you very much. You have a great night, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Marian. You're the best.
Bye.
Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout.
As for the homeless shelters being built at 86th Street, Borough Park, and everywhere else throughout the districts, we think if community does not support it, we also feel the government should listen to the voices of the community and not build within those residential areas where the community do not support a shelter at those locations. We hope all the politicians will play nice and work well together to unify the communities of the white community, Hispanic, Black, Asian, all the communities across the board, to go against the injustice of having shelters built without community input and community consent.
我哋希望嚟緊嘅選舉，兩邊可以做公平嘅 嘅競爭，唔好再做好多拿找嘅手段，講呢邊唔好，嗰邊唔好。我哋其實係一定要合力一齊支持兩邊，同埋一齊合力咁反抗呢個農民所。6月份選舉，你選擇你自己認為係合適你代表你嘅人，而全部嗰啲流於唔正確嘅事情、唔正確嘅話語，你唔好再聽，自己諗自己嘅判斷。呢個視頻好多啲唔正路嘅事情已經講清楚咩原因，同埋邊個做咗乜嘢，邊個冇做乜嘢，已經講得好明顯，有證據明顯講清楚。
只係爆唔住火，所以係正確嘅，係真正嘅，永遠都會出乾光。I am a firm believer that the truth always comes out in the end. The truth always sees the light of day, because God sees all things.